so for today's posture, we're going to talk about a big one, our down dog. Now, our down dog can be done a couple of ways. And you're going to see in the photograph that there is several ways you can do a down dog comfortably. And I like to show all those because depending on your day, one might feel more comfortable than the other. But the biggest thing with a down dog is protecting our shoulders. So I always like to teach it a couple different ways, but the biggest thing to think about with the down dog is what is comfortable for you and what keeps you out of pushing into your shoulder. One that we're going to show in a lot of different ways. First of all, we're going to start from our child's pose. So here in our child's pose, this is kind of going to give us our great place to start. So she is currently resting her forehead on her hands, and she's in a more informal child's pose, meaning her knees are out as wide as her mat so she can relax that comfortably into posture. Before we start our down dog, just to adjust so we're not keeping our weight in our shoulders, we're going to come into a more formal child's pose. So let's go ahead and inhale, bringing our knees up underneath us. Now from here, we're going to extend our hands out comfortably. Whether our head is touching the mat or not, it does not matter. Whether our feet are come up, our belly has come off our thighs, it does not matter. This is just our natural length here for our down dog. Now for the start, let's start at the very tippy top. When we start our down dog, our fingers want to be as wide as they possibly can on our mat, again, to protect our wrists. Now, as we inhale, we're going to imagine as if our hands are kind of twisting two mayonnaise jars towards each other, or two jars of peanut butter. Here in our formal child's pose, we want to think about shifting. Now, from where we were in our child's pose, our bottom was tucked under. When we inhale into that down dog, we're going to bring our weight back into the wall behind us. So nice big inhale, we're going to turn our toes underneath us where they are. Then we're going to take a nice big in breath, and we're going to use that push with our hands and that breath in to bring us into our down dog. Now we're going to sink our weight with our down dog into all of it, like somebody's pulling us back here into our thing. Now let's take a nice big inhale and lengthen the back of our legs, and then dropping our heels down, allowing our head to fall exactly where it's out. Now let's push our hands into the earth, shifting our weight back. So you can see how it makes all of her weight shift into her hips and out of her shoulders. So as we exhale, we're just going to drop our knees down towards the earth, nice and slow, and settle back into our child's pose. Now let's show that again with one kind of taking that less broken down. So on our preparation, we're going to press our hands into our mat. We're going to widen our fingers. We're going to tuck our toes underneath us where they are. Nice big inhale. And as we take that inhale in, we're going to use our stomach muscles, tightening them up, pressing that weight into our heels. Now you can see here all of her heels are coming down toward their mat as she's lengthening the back of her legs. Now pressing her hands into the mat, she can kind of bring that weight, shifting it back into her hips. Now from here, we can also walk our dog, which is just pressing one foot then the other. Nice and slow. Slowly working through our calves. And then from here, we can take a nice big inhale and slowly start to walk our hands and feet together any way that is comfortable. So this is the second way I like to teach down dog, because just like that, we were showing the breathing and the mechanics of it. This is a good way to really feel how you're bringing your bottom back to the wall behind you. So I always like to tell the people too, this is the best pose to hit that space in our back where it never feels like you can stretch that part of your spine. So all of our work and all of our weight is back here in our booties. So we're going to bring our hands down onto our chair. Fingers are going to be nice and wide. I always tell people, let's go ahead and step back a foot and a half length for us. That's going to start to tip our head down and bring it in line with our arms. Now we can bring it in line with our arms, or we can let it hang here. But let's go ahead and bring the bottom of our palms down onto our mat, onto our chair, and let's sink that weight back into our hips. Now, once we do that, we lift that bottom up. You're going to feel that length in the back of our knees from our heels up to our bottoms here. You're going to feel your spine start to lengthen because all your weight is shifting back here. And all that we're doing there is what is called a chair down dog. However, when you're learning down dog and you want to feel, okay, here's the mechanics of this. Where should my weight be? That's a good way to feel where your weight is. Like I said, number one thing we want to do in our down dog is stay out of our shoulders. So if we feel ourselves transitioning in them, let's try some different methods so that we can still enjoy the posture.